Thank you for joining us here at Conwell Egan High School, here at the John Corditsko Gym, as Archbishop Ryan takes on your Conwell Egan Eagles. I'm Dan Conlon. I'll be joined by Shane Morrow and Colin and Patrick Haney up here in the broadcast booth. Jude Holmes will be our sideline reporter. Carly Boker and Liv Donafree will be our studio reporters tonight. It is senior night here at Conwell Egan, and right now we are going to get ready to send it down to courtside to our public address announcer, Mr. Dave Luby, as he introduces our seniors here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John Cordisco Court for a very special ceremony honoring our class of 2025 seniors who have dedicated their last 4 years to the CEC program. Let's first introduce our senior managers. First, Miss Aaliyah Flynn, escorted by her mother, Miss Ebony. Miss Emily Mariano, escorted by her bestie, Angela Buda. Miss Chastity Gabriel, escorted by Mr. and Mrs. Gabriel. Number 22, Isaiah Johnson. Isaiah is a 4-year member of the CBC program. He is being escorted by his mother, Mrs. Stephanie Johnson, and his dad, Mr. Tim Johnson. He is committed to play basketball next year at Penn State Brandywine, majoring in biology. His favorite CBC memory was playing his first varsity game at LaSalle his sophomore year. His message to his underclassmen: take advantage of every opportunity. He would like to say thank you especially to his mother, his father, his sisters, Coach Tate, and Coach Lynn. Number 13, Antoine Shore. Antoine is a 4-year varsity player, being escorted by his mom, Mrs. Geraldine George, and his father, Mr. Anthony George. Antoine has been accepted to LaSalle University, Robert Morris, and Arcadia, where he wants to study computer science. His favorite memory here at CEC was a high career of 32 versus Newton Gray. His message to the underclassmen: to always be yourself. And he wants to pay particular attention to thank God for his family, his coaches, and his teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Antoine George.
We're back here on your Eagle Eye Network. We are here at John Corditsko Gym here at the Conwell Egan High School, and we see our crew in their Eagles gear getting ready for the Super Bowl on Sunday. So they're very excited for that, and we're excited to see our last home game here. This will be our last game broadcasted this season here at home. There is a possibility that we may travel out to some of our playoff teams with the girls as they have made the playoffs. Their game is slated to be Thursday night at Newman Goretti. Well, guys, we're here for the last home game. What has impressed you so far this season with this Conwell Egan team?
I mean, really, this PCL league is a very harsh league, very hard to win in, and Conwell Egan has succeeded in some of that. Some of the games haven't been best, but especially the most thing I'm proud of them is how they almost beat Father Judge, who's one of the best schools in Pennsylvania. They were only down by 4 points by the end, and they played really hard throughout the whole game.
I think it's just how hard they tried, even on some like down games where they've been losing by a lot. They kept trying, they haven't gave up, and they just always wanted to win.
Yeah, so like kind of in correlation with what Patrick said, definitely gonna have to say like finding like a way to get around some nook and one of these really good PCL teams, defense or offenses. Definitely a lot of good competition, and I'm really impressed with our ability to like get a pass around the get some good passes around the arc and find that open guy for an easy three. I mean, we have really good three shooters on our team, so yeah, I definitely say I'm impressed with their ability to find an open man around the arc.
All right, we see Coach Tate now here at a full year under his belt here at Conwell Egan. How do you think the players adapted to him over the course of this year?
I mean, I would say Coach Tate has a very straight on, straightforward approach to coaching. He always makes sure he knows what's getting done and that it gets done. I feel like they've adapted really well and started to welcome him like a family.
I feel like they have just adapted to his coaching style. He seems like a harsher coach, but that's for the team. He wants the team to do better. He wants the team to always do the best. So they definitely adapted that, like saying that if like they mess up a thing in the game, Coach Tate will say to fix that, and they will do that.
Yeah, Coach Tate is definitely very passionate. Hear him screaming a lot on the sideline. I mean, kind of funny sometimes, but you can definitely tell he's definitely a very passionate coach. Loves what he does. So I feel like having a coach that's passionate and wants his team to win, you're definitely gonna find that influential and definitely it'll definitely work towards your game.
All right, and we're just about a minute and a half to game time between Archbishop Ryan and Conwell Egan High School. It is senior night here at the John Corditsko Gym. And with that, we'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to John Cordisco Court. This evening's Philadelphia Catholic League matchup between our guests from Northeast Philadelphia, the Archbishop Ryan Raiders, and your Conwell Egan Catholic Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the invocation followed by the national anthem. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. God, let me play well, but fairly. Help me to learn something that matters once the game is over. Let competition make me strong, but never hostile. Always let me help my opponent up. Never catch me rejoicing in the adversity of others. If I know victory, allow me to be happy. If I am denied, keep me from envy. Remind me, Lord, that sports are just games, and if through athletics I set an example, let it be a good one. We ask this in Christ our Lord. Amen. St. Francis of Assisi, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We ask that you remain standing, and veterans and active service personnel, we ask that you please salute the colors as we play our national anthem. And now the starting first of North Philadelphia, the Raiders of Archbishop Ryan High School. At guard, a junior, number 1, Matt Jefferson. A senior guard, number 3, Brandon Russell. A sophomore guard, number 5, Seth Gay. A sophomore forward, number 13, Samaj Stone. And a junior forward, number 15, Malik Hughes. Raiders are coached by Joe Slivinsky. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Conwell and Egan Eagles. At guard from Walt Disney Elementary, 5'9", number 0, Jerry Velez. From number 1, next 6'3" forward, sophomore, number 23, Brayden Martin. A sophomore guard from New Foundation, 6'3", number 4, Miles Moore. A 6'3" forward senior, co-captain from Neil Armstrong, number 22, Isaiah Johnson. And a senior guard from Holy Family, 6'1", number 13, co-captain, Antoine George. Head coach of Eagles is Sean T. He's assisted by the brave and great Greg Hicks. Mark Leiter, and Eric Floyd. Your officials for this evening's contest are Mr. Kevin Reagan, Mr. Randy Pritchard, and Mr. Thomas Papillion.
I was just about ready to get this final home game underway here at the John Disco Court. 8-minute quarters for varsity basketball. Antoine George out there, but it's Isaiah Johnson who takes the opening tip-off, and Johnson from the flip side is going to gain control. It's going off to Russell, back to Johnson now. Johnson moving out the near way. He bounces this one down low. Archbishop Ryan in their black uniforms with their red number and lettering. Conwell Egan in their white and blue number and lettering here. Archbishop Ryan with control of the ball. They bring it over to the near side. Johnson with it. Johnson fires it back over there to Gay. Gay gives it back now to Stone. Stone dropping it back off. Here's a 3 attempt that's going to be off the mark. That was by Russell, and that's going to allow Conwell Egan to move back up now with it the other way. Egan, it is Antoine George with control of the ball. Now George, one of those seniors out there on the court. He gives it off to Jared Velez and then down to Miles Moore. Moore looking to make a push towards the net, but he's being defended well. This will drop back down to Antoine George. George gets it off to Velez, who takes a 3 attempt, but it misses entirely, and it's down to the final 7 minutes here in this quarter. Going back down now with it the other way. It's Archbishop Ryan with control. 7 minutes to go. They're holding and waiting. And trying to gain control there is Hughes. He wants to get it back off to Russell, but doing a great job protecting him is Braden Martin. It is Johnson with the ball. Johnson calls for it right back after giving it to Hughes momentarily. And this one fired back over in the center court again. It is Gay with it. Gay gives it there to Stone. Stone rushing in and under, and he'll get the first basket here of the game. Guys, how important is it for Archbishop Ryan to have that first basket here in this game?
This definitely gives Ryan a lot of momentum, gives them a lot of hope, and gives them much more energy.
Yeah, definitely some momentum and confidence. I mean, you need confidence, of course, in basketball, but, you know, getting that first shot, definitely important. You know, you want to be riled up and you want to be excited.
All right, Isaiah Johnson ties up here, so it's 2-2 with 5:52 to go. Holding and waiting with the ball there now is Archbishop Ryan. And gaining control is Johnson. Johnson flipping it off there. This one flipped down low. It is in the paint area. Trying to fire it up is Ryan, but it's stolen. Now coming back the other way to the Eagles. They're moving down with the ball. It's Antoine George. Gives it off to Miles Moore. Moore's shot is blocked, and it is sent out of play with 5:33 to go. This one, drop back off. Antoine George fires this one. All he does so is he's fouled, so he'll get 2 attempts here.
Personal foul charged to Braden Russell. That's his first, and that's his first in the first quarter. Number 13, Antoine George in the line. He'll shoot it.
Antoine George making that there, and we're going to get ready to send it down the court side to Jude Holmes. Jude, what has been the most intriguing story coming into this season? What has the team done well coming into this season, Jude? What's been the most intriguing thing for them? 5-4 with 4:57 to go here. Here's a three from Antoine George that rolls around. That's not going to go, and this one's going to be brought back out now with it the other way. Into the control there is Stone. Stone holding, and then he has a traveling violation there. So it's going to be Conwell Egan with control coming back now with it the other way. This will drop down low. It is Antoine George, and then he's going to be fouled. Braden Martin going to fire this one in. He does so there to Miles Moore. This will drop down. Eventually handed off there again. It is given off there to Jared Velez. Velez to Martin, who takes a three attempt that finds its way in, and he gets Conwell Egan the lead here at 7-5. Guys, so we've seen a lot of these boy basketball games this season. Who would you say is the basketball player out there on the court for us with the highest IQ?
I mean, it's got to be their captain, Antoine George. He's just good on every aspect of the ball. His IQ is amazing. His shooting's amazing. Just everything he does is amazing.
I gotta agree with Patrick. Antoine George, just a really great player. He makes a lot of shots. He makes and he makes a lot of good plays.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say Braden Martin, the sophomore. I mean, he makes a lot of great passes, and I mean, he gets an open shot. He shoots it perfectly. He knows when to shoot it, knows when not to shoot it. I would just say he definitely has a very good IQ when it comes to passing and shooting.
That's a great IQ for him, and we are going to take a 2-second break here on your Eagle Eye Network. All right, Conwell Egan down by 1. This one given off to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson moving in, and he was fouled along the way. Ryan Bench not liking that one, but it will be 2 shots here and an opportunity for Conwell Egan to get back on top. The Isaiah Johnson with the 2 throws here. Ties this one up. It's 8-8 now. And he makes the 2. So Conwell Egan goes back up again. It is 9-8. And then moving up there with it is Johnson. Johnson has the ball. Has it along the near side. He's going to get it right back. He fires it over in the middle there to Gay. Gay's going to push for it. He takes a shot off of the elbow there that finds its way in. And Egan trailing once again by 1. Okay, holding the ball there is Jared Velez. Velez giving some kind of direction, trying to find an open lane. He did give it off there to Tyler Johnson momentarily. Then to Braden Martin. Now down low to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson, here back to Johnson again. And there's a 3 attempt, and it's 12-10.
Exactly what I'm saying about Antoine George. Exactly what I'm saying about Antoine George. He's just an amazing player. That 3 was splash, as some of the young folks say nowadays. That 3 was amazing.
So in there, come back as Egan, and there you go. 2 more.
Jeez Louise, Antoine George, that's like just amazing. Like, I can't stop. Good.
Our momentum's insane right now.
And if you are Conwell Egan, you want that momentum going up in the team against like Archbishop Ryan. The crowd's into it, and they're definitely going to be behind them as it's given right back down to Antoine George. George drops it down low to Isaiah Johnson, who is fouled. That one doesn't go in, but he should get 2 shots here.
The seniors are both showing their passion, playing amazing right now.
And you have to believe that they want to give their home fans one more great game as they get ready to walk out our doors at the end of this year and off the court tonight. That one's not going to go. Guys, if you had to compare the energy in the gym tonight compared to other games, what would you think?
I mean, everyone showed out for this last game of the senior night. It's always one of the best nights of any sport game. It's just, it's an amazing experience being here. Everyone's excited when they make a shot, and it's definitely helping the team.
Yeah. The stadium is packed. Like the energy is insane. Every time we make a shot, the crowd just goes wild, and I think that's really helping our team.
Yeah, everyone here is definitely here to see the last game of the season, but it also gets pretty emotional on senior night. You know, last home game of the season actually, and yeah, it gets pretty emotional. They play very passionate, and the crowd gets very wild, very excited, and yeah, the crowd, it definitely helps to see. Definitely helps them to get excited when you see the seniors get a chance to beat Ryan, a definitely very tough opponent, on their last game.
Tyler Johnson when it gets back down to Antoine George. And yes, it is great to see the seniors out here. That basket's made there. That one by Justin Bob. And we'll go down the other way to stop it to play with 1:32 to go. This one fired back in. It's gaining control there to Hughes. Hughes waiting. It's down to the final 90 seconds of this first quarter. That one fired up. It bounces around. It comes back out. The rebound gathered there. Now pushing for it. There's Archbishop Ryan. That one does make it off the hands of Johnson. And it's back to a 1-point deficit again. Moving up with the ball there now, here is Irby. Irby fires it over there to Antoine George. George looking and waiting. It gives it back there to Tyler Johnson. It gives it off to Justin Bob for a three. And the rebound's going to be gathered, but we will say that it's going to be Ryan's possession on a personal foul here. Down to the final minute of this first quarter. Moving up there with the ball now is Johnson. Johnson has it along the near way. It's 52 seconds. Gives it back off to Johnson. And then it is brought down low, down into the key. That one misfired over, and they're going to say on a foul with 45 seconds to go. We two here.
Substituting for Eagles, 23, Brayden Martin, replacing Conwell, Miles.
Stone get another attempt here. His team down by one. We'll fire back up. It's in and it's out. And now Conwell Egan's going to come back up with it the other way. Holding there. They brawl along the near way. Moving as Antoine George. He fires one up. He makes it. So it's 19-16. Egan with the 3-point advantage now. Going back with it down low. They misfired this one. It is going to go out there on Irby as he was trying to gain control here in the latter part of the quarter.
I mean, all I have to say is Antoine George, more like LeBron James. He's playing amazing right now.
That's a drop back out, 25 seconds. Ryan with control. Moving up on there. One hands this one up. He's fouled along the way. And then this one. It'll be another 2 attempt here on a personal foul.
I'm not going to lie. I just didn't see the foul there. I'm pretty sure he flopped. It looked like it.
Little embellishment there by Ryan. Is that what you're saying over there, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, he's just going up for the layup, and he just didn't jump. I mean, so, like, how are you supposed to guard that? It's kind of cheating.
Might be 19-17. And The fans are really into it here tonight, as we see an eagle over on the far side of the gym that has just entered in.
I mean, my biggest worry is what happened to our old eagle.
He's on break tonight. Here's the attempt. That's not going to go. So they're 1 for 2. Egan right now with a 2-point advantage. Jarrett Velez with the ball. Jarrett Velez trying to come up on the near side. He drops it down now to Antoine George. Antoine George rushing up the court. Has 10 seconds to go. George rushing towards the basket. Fires off into the corner there to Johnson, who takes a three and makes it. 22-17 with 3 seconds to go. And there's a shot by Ryan on the buzzer that is going to find its way in, but that is not going to kill the momentum here by Conwell Egan. Let's send it down now the court side to Jude. We hopefully have the headset fixed and we'll be able to hear him this time. Jude, what do you think has been the most important aspect of this game thus far?
For me, the most important aspect of this game is just the fans. I mean, the fans have really influenced Conwell Egan to keep pushing forward. I mean, every time we hit a three, every time we dunk, the fans just go insane. I feel like when you have fans going, doing, and stuff like that, it really just pushes you to be better.
It really does push you to be better, Jude. And how do you think that these seniors are contributing to tonight's game?
I mean, the seniors are really contributing because that's the reason why most people are here right now. It is senior night for Conwell Egan, and since all the seniors are starting, every time they do anything, the crowd just goes absolutely crazy. Stadium's electric tonight, and I feel like the seniors have a lot to do with that. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Jude. We'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network. Go. All right, we're back here in your Eagle Eye Network. Start of the second quarter. It's 22-20 with Conwell Egan on top. Guys, what do you think the most important possession has been thus far in this game?
I mean, I really think it was when Antoine George scored a three, and then Ryan dribbled it back up the court, and then Antoine George stole it and then dunked on him.
Yeah, I have to agree with Patrick. That drive really definitely put out their motivation, and I think that's why we're winning right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Antoine George absolutely just yamming on Ryan. I mean, it looks so effortless, and he's just so good. I mean, there's just nothing much to say there. But yeah, that definitely changed the way this crowd is behaving right now. Very energetic. So I would definitely say that's the most important drive.
Right, and we all know that the crowd can be key. And you look at any sport where your crowd is behind you and how those players play. There's a three attempt that makes it way two attempt rather. They said it just came back inside the arc. So he made 24-22, a 2-point differential right now. Moving up with this, Antoine George. George gives off there to Jarrett Velez. We talked a lot about Velez as he is a key player out there on the court. As Bob pushes forward and he gets a basket, it's 26-22. And the one thing that we have talked about Jarrett Velez is that he is an important player out there. He may not score a whole lot, but he's able to move the ball around quite often, as this one is knocked out of play.
Personal foul jersey number 10, Tyler Johnson. His first, team's first of the second quarter.
It will be Russell taking the throw in here. So he'll have the inbound over there. He fires it in. It is given off there to Hughes, and we hear a whistle and a personal foul against Braden Martin there. Second foul here in this quarter for Conwell Egan, none for Archbishop Ryan. It was not that long ago that we were at Ryan ourselves for the 1,000-point career game for Lily Maluski. We're hoping to have an interview with her a little bit later on as Conwell Egan is able to snag that rebound as it remains 26-22 with 6:40 to go here in the second quarter of play. It is Antoine George with the ball. George looking. He's dancing down low. pushing towards the net, fires the ball up. That one's just a bit overthrown, and that allows Russell to come back up with it. Russell trying to dance away from Velez, but Velez putting strong pressure on there, and a rebound after a few attempts finally does make its way in. It's 26-24. So we see Jared Velez moving up. Guys, so we see that Conwell Egan's offense is doing absolutely great tonight. Do you think their defense needs to make any kind of adjustment? As there's a 3 attempt that makes its way in, 29-24.
I personally think their defense has been pretty good so far. They could probably lock down on some of the mid-range shots, but also I want to bring light to Justin Bob, who doesn't always have the best games, but right now he's having an amazing game, and that's another 3.
Yeah, they really just need to work on the rebounds. Ryan has been able to score some points out of that, but other than that, their defense is doing really good.
Yeah, I'll definitely say defensive rebounds. You know, it's a foul call. A double dribble, Conwell can ball, but I would definitely say just working on defensive rebounds, just getting big, grabbing that ball. That's definitely what'll get you that lead.
That one fired over. Here's another 3 attempt. That one bounces off the outside. Jared Velez trying to get there, and we'll see a foul here on Velez.
Doc, I have a question for you. I have a pretty good question for you here. So, we have an 8-point lead right now. So what do we kind of need to do to just keep that lead and keep our consistency here?
So to keep your lead and keep your consistency is don't get too cocky, right? You're up right now in a game that, maybe you thought you would be, maybe you didn't think you would be. But regardless of what you thought was going to happen when you came in here, you can't become cocky. You need to play your game, continue to do what you're doing, drive towards the net, put the ball up, and make sure that your defense is ready to the opposite way, because Ryan's very good at taking those rebounds and moving back fast. As Jared Velez gives that one off to Justin Bob, and Bob has this one knocked out, but it's going to go out on Gay, so it will be Conwell Egan's ball. Jared Velez fires this one back to Brandon Martin, rather. Martin moving up with it. Martin fires one up. He finds its way in. 34-26 with 4:30 to go. Moving up with the ball there now is Johnson. Johnson holding. He's waiting. Gives it back off to Gay. Gay takes a long shot that doesn't make its way, and it's given right back down to Jared Velez with 4:15 to go. 34-26 with the Eagles on top. Gives it back off to Velez there. Velez waiting, gives it back off to Miles Moore, who's just in front of the Ryan bench, and give it back off now to Justin Bob. Bob moving up with it. Bob fires one up. It rolls around. It's back into his hands again. That one blocked. There's no call there. Shane wanted one up here in the booth. The Eagles on the bench wanted one down the other end, but we're not going to get it. As this one's fired up over the other side, and that rebound gathered and smothered by the Eagles. I just give it back off to Velez with 3:45 to go. And then Velez tries to fire that one to Tyler Johnson. But a little bit of miscommunication there as he moved out of the way, and it will be Ryan's ball. Guys, how does the pace of tonight's game compare to maybe what you expected coming into tonight?
I think at first I thought it was going to be more like the JV game where it was slower, but this game took a totally different tone. The crowd's just fantastic. They're fired up, and I think that's why we're winning.
Yeah, compared to other games, the crowd has a lot of energy. So does the Egan team. They're looking very hyped right now. And kind of unexpected, though, is Ryan is a very good team, and Conwell Egan hasn't done so great when in PCL matchups. As Miles Moore is a tough fadeaway.
I will tell you, as a product of Catholic school myself, attending both North Catholic and Father Judge, this is something that you like to see, as Ryan was one of our big rivals growing up. So to see Egan now with a 10-point lead as that three's fired and made, and it's going to be 36-29. It's nice to see the Eagles with the advantage here. So moving up with the ball there now is Irby. Irby giving off to Tyler Johnson. Johnson over to Moore. Moore waiting or rushing towards the net now, but then he hasn't misplayed. It has to give it back. And holding and waiting there. And then it is Miles Moore with it. Moore taking a 3 attempt, and that line drive's not going to make it as it's going to allow Ryan to move back up with the ball. Ryan holding. They give it back off there to Russell. Russell looking and trying to find an open lane. He goes over into the corner, brings it back out there to Hughes. Hughes drops it back down now, and there's another attempt made there, and that's a 2. It's 36-31 there from Hughes. Timeout here by Conwell Egan. With that timeout, we're going to send it down to Jude Holmes. So, Jude, we are at a 36-31 game right now. What does Conwell Egan need to do to keep the momentum in this, and have you heard anything down on the sideline from the coaches that may help them continue on a good path in this game?
Yeah, for Conwell Egan to stay into this game and keep up their lead, they just have to keep doing what they're doing. They have to keep shooting threes when they think they have it, driving in when they just have to have that confidence, if you know what I'm talking about. They have to let it fly, shoot when they want to, drive in when they want to, but still play as a team. It's all about confidence. Basketball is a huge game of confidence. And I have not heard anything from the coaches, but I will let you know if I have.
Sounds great. Thanks, Jude. Continue to do good work down there. It's 36-31 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds. In about 2 minutes and 8 seconds, a little bit over. We will send it back upstairs to our intermission team, to Carly and Liv, Don and Free. Both of them will have the intermission report for you on this final home game for our boys basketball. This one dropped over there. It is given back off in near way to Tyler Johnson. Johnson holding, gives it off to Bob. Bob gives it off there to Antoine George. George has to dance out of danger as he's being pressured. He's moving up, though, with the ball. Has that one stripped, but he's able to get it right back. Fires it back off there to Irby. Irby has that one knocked out of his hands. And it's going to go out of bounds on Ryan. And the Archbishop Ryan coach letting the referee hear it here. And he's going to have to watch himself as he's really going at the referee. And was finally called back over on the near side by the opposite ref. This one given off there to Braden Martin. Martin looking, waiting. Martin fires it back there to Antoine George, rather. And then George looking, waiting, and holding. Gives it off there to Justin Bob. Bob gives it off there now to Antoine George. Rushing forward is Johnson, but it's Antoine George still with control. George holding, spinning around. He gives it right back down to Braden Martin, who takes a shot. That's not going to go. Justin Bob able to corral the rebound in. He fires one up, and he's going to be fouled. That one's not going to go. Guys, how do players manage their pressure when shooting some crucial free throws like we're seeing right now?
Well, you really just got to calm down and don't listen to the outside, which is hard. It's hard. Just channel everything out. Think, breathe like Justin Bob is doing right now, and just shoot.
Yeah, you just got to tone everyone out. People might try to distract you. You just got to not listen to them and focus on your shot.
I would say definitely not let anything bother you. No crowd noise, no coaches screaming. Just kind of get in that zone. What works for me as a basketball player myself, kind of a shooter, definitely before you shoot, just imagine the ball going in. You know, just like imagine the ball going in the net. Works every time.
Works every time. You make it sound like it's extremely easy over there, Shane, as we see Johnson moving up with the ball now. Johnson gives it off there to Hughes. It's 37-31 down to the final minute here in this first half. This one brought back out. Holding there is Gay. Gay fires this one into the corner. This one dropped down low, but right on him there is Justin Bob. And then a whistle and a foul here. Four fouls here for Conwell Egan in this quarter. As this one's sent in, and it's going to go out of bounds, and again, it's Archbishop Ryan with control. There's one that have a stoppage here. Be a personal foul to Johnson on the flip side for Archbishop Ryan.
Your team so checks back in the game for the Raiders. Replacing 3 Russell.
It is Irby with control. He's giving direction out there. So drop back down is Braden Martin that gives it off there to Antoine George. 35 seconds to go here. And it's going back off to Irby. Irby being pressured there by the opposing player, number 5, Gay. And then it's going right back now to Braden Martin, who has a strip from him. Antoine George able to gather. And George trying to fire it out. But we see a timeout called here by Coach Tate with 24 seconds to go. And with that timeout, we'll take a timeout here on your Eagle Eye Network. All right, Braden Martin fires that one into Irby. 22 seconds. His team up by 6. This one fired over there. Waiting and holding. Braden Martin gets it off to Antoine George with 14 seconds to go. George waiting and holding. This crowd would love to see a 3 attempt on a buzzer here that makes its way in. As it's George continuing to hold 6 minutes, he's firing up. He gives it over now to Johnson. Johnson takes a shot that rolls around. The rebound is not going to be gathered. And we will end the first half here. It is 37-31. All right, guys. So if you're Conwell, Egan, how well do you think they are executing their plays here against Ryan tonight?
I mean, I just think they're doing absolutely amazing. All these players with 3 standout players: Antoine George, Braden Martin, and Justin Bob. They've all been playing amazing so far.
Yeah, Egan has just been doing great. They're hitting a lot of good baskets. They're making good plays. They're doing pretty good on defense, and they're making good passes.
Yeah, Coach Tate definitely loves running a certain plays, like pass and cut plays, finding an open man around the arc plays, but he definitely loves it more when they execute those plays well, and they have been doing that so far. So he should be pretty happy right now to have a 6-point lead over Ryan. I feel like the team is pretty happy too. Definitely going to go over their successes in the locker room too, but also, talk about how they can extend this lead too.
All right, I mean, and obviously these breaks are kind of forced in basketball, right? There's times that you absolutely have to take a break. This may not have been the time that Egan wants to take a break. You have that momentum going. How do you go into the locker room, take a 10 or so minute break, keep your momentum, and come back out here and prevent Ryan from getting back into this game?
I mean, mainly by just scoring the first point and getting the momentum building and just going and going and going.
They just got to play like 0-0. They can't let the score change their mindset. They can't be cocky, and they just got to play their best.
To keep their momentum even after a halftime break, I would definitely say halftime speeches and just hype your team up. Get excited for this game, this last home game. So yeah, I would definitely say just hype your team up, be a good teammate. Give a good speech, just have everyone not lose their momentum.
All right, with that, let's send it back upstairs to the studio to Carly and Liv as they have our halftime report.
Welcome back, Eagle Eye Network. We're here with our halftime report. I'm Carly Boker.
And I'm Liv Donifrey.
And here are a few of our halftime questions. Liv, who has been the standout player of this first half?
100% Justin Bob. He has been scoring points left and right, definitely being the lead contributor to all of our points right now, and he's just all around doing amazing right now.
I'm going to have to agree. I think Justin Bob, he's just there. He's making these shots. He's taking his chances, and that's just really what we need. What areas of the game need improvement?
I think they need to spread out a little more when we go under the net, because it's turning into when someone shoots, every boy huddles under the net, and then it's just like fighting for the ball at that point. Whereas if we spread out, it can be more open passes and open shots running down the court.
I agree. I really just think our rebound game needs a little bit of work, but that's nothing we can't fix with just a practice or two. All right, Liv, how is the bench contributing to the game plan?
Our bench is definitely very, very hype. Every time one of our players goes to shoot, they're all standing up, cheering, hoping that it goes in. And if it does go in, they are out of their minds cheering for that person, hyping them up, giving that person all the confidence they need to keep doing just that.
I agree. I really think our chants and everything is helping. And if you're not here today, you can really feel the energy in our gymnasium. And there's a lot of fans here. And I just really think that's helping our boys out, supporting our team. And that's all for our halftime.
Back here in your Eagle Eye Network, it is the second half with Conwell Egan up right now, 37-31 against Archbishop Ryan. And guys, the crowd has been a factor in this game thus far. How does crowd energy affect the players on the court, and how do we think it's going to affect them in this second half?
I mean, when the crowd's loud, the energy starts building. You get that extra momentum, and you're just ready to play. And when you're playing defense, it's hard because you get distracted. Free throws, you get distracted. It's just the crowd's everything.
It makes them more like energized and more motivated to win. Because since the crowd's so loud, yeah, and like it just makes them more motivated.
Yeah, I would say the crowd plays a very big role in the players' confidence and morale overall. The crowd can definitely help, and especially on senior night, the last game of the year, definitely causes a lot of emotion, especially for the seniors. They want that crowd to hype them up so they can, have a good game since it's their last game today.
They want to have a good game. They want to have a great game in front of their home crowd, and it's going to be Archbishop Ryan in control. 8 minutes in varsity quarters. This one knocked in now. It is Archbishop Ryan with control. They come out with a little bit of a different offensive look here in the early seconds of this half, but not executed well apparently by the reaction of the Ryan bench. We'll have a foul here, so a quick foul. And this one on Jared Velez, rather.
Johnson at the line for Raiders, shooting 2.
That one makes its way in, so 37-32 right now. There's another attempt that finds its way in, so it's 37-33 with 7:45 to go. That one intercepted, fired back up. It's 37-35 now. And just like that, Conwell Egan's lead has been dwindled down to 2. This one to Martin, off there to Isaiah Johnson now. Johnson moves in, spins out of danger. Drops this one down low to Velez. He's fouled going in, and he'll get 2 here as well. The third foul from Russell in this game. Les really needs to make these 2 to give his team a little bit of momentum. We talked about during the break about how when you had that momentum, you really don't want a break, but intermission creeped up fast as that one fired in and off the rim. Conwell Egan needs to gain control of that momentum that they once had in the first half. Second attempt here by Velez. And he's 0 for 2 there. Guys, that could come back to haunt these Eagles a little bit later as Ryan's moving up now with the ball. Ryan taking a 3 attempt, and that one's not going to go. And it's out of bounds, and the Conwell Egan fans love it.
I mean, I think after the halftime, their momentum really just stopped, like Mr. Connor said it would. They really need to start scoring again and start getting that momentum back. Just like that.
Sorry there, Patrick. 39-35. The scoreboard over on the far side is stuck. We're down to 7-12 here. Ryan gaining control now. Ryan moving up with the ball. It is Jared Velez putting up a great block. Here's a 3 attempt. That's not going to go. Gathered by Antoine George. George moving up on the far side. He's got Tyler Johnson with him. George fires his way in. Fires 2 up. Not going to get a foul there. Everybody's looking for it. Moving back down the other way. This one flipped up. We're going to get a foul on the flip side. And Shane, that one much closer to us. And I will agree with you this time around. Ryan, anytime they are touched, does seem to be embellishing their fouls a little bit more.
That was not a foul. He flopped, I swear. Call me biased. Wasn't a foul.
Thankfully, we're not national broadcasters, so we get paid to kind of be a little bit of biased here. What player for the Eagles needs to pick it up right now and get the team back into it?
One player I think needs to pick it up. Would probably be. He had a really good first half, but this Anton George has started off slower. I feel like he really needs to start picking it up because once he starts doing good, everyone does good.
I would probably say C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I mean, sometimes he'll have really good games. Sometimes he'll have multiple picks in one game. Had a couple games like that. But then next thing you know, he's just completely silent that whole game, letting some wide receivers kind of cook him. So, yeah, I'd definitely say to pick it up for the Super Bowl, definitely C.J. Gardner-Johnson, C.J. G.J.
All right, moving over there is Anton George. George gives it off there to Brandon Martin. Martin moving in. He fires it up. He gets a rebound. That one hit down low. And then what do we see here? No shot. Waiting for the foul. Not quite sure. And this one against Archbishop Ryan. Here's a 3 attempt. That's not going to go. Rebound gathered there, though, by Johnson. Johnson looking, gives it back off to Brandon Martin. Martin fires this one in the corner. Here's another 3 attempt. That makes its way in, and it is 44-36. It is Archbishop Ryan in control now. Ryan moving up with it. They fire this one up, and they're fouled along the way. With that foul, going to send it down the court side to Jude Holmes. Jude, Archbishop Ryan playing some great defense right now. We will give that to them. But what is it about Conwell Egan's offense that's breaking through the defense right now and allowing them to continue to pull up these points?
But anyway,
All right, thanks, Jude. 44-37. And this one is going to go out on, it appears, the Eagles. So I'm going to go out on Conwell Egan once more. Guys, what would you say about these two teams' shot selection right now? Who's making a better selection? And, what do you think the key difference is between the two right now?
Well, I'd have to say I feel like Conwell Egan's making the right shots, and that's why they're making all of them. Because they're waiting for the shots, and then they're making the right ones. Ryan seems to be forcing a little bit.
I think Egan making better shot selection. They've been just making a lot of threes, and that's why we're winning right now.
Yeah, Conwell Egan's shot selection, you're seeing a lot of good threes, especially in the corner. I'd like to shout out Braden Martin, the sophomore. I'm pretty sure he's right like two for 3 on the 3 right now. Definitely doing very good.
Yeah, definitely 2 for 3. He is doing absolutely amazing right now. 44-37 with the Eagles on top. It's 5:06 to go. This one's sent long. Martin with it. Martin takes a 3. That makes its way in. And Conwell Egan continues.
What did I say?
Points here. Up by 10 now. Here are the Eagles with 4:50 to go. And this is probably the loudest that we have heard this crowd all year. This one dropped back out. Waiting and holding. Rushing up. This one along the near side and brought back out there by Ryan. Holding control of the ball there. Hughes said they shot in. That finds its way in. And it's 47-39 right now. Giving off to Antoine George. They got pressure there on George and a quick whistle. And a jump ball here. And the possession is going to go to the Eagles.
Ryan's starting to have to play press, full court press on Conwell Egan because Conwell Egan's offense is just performing so good right now. I mean, definitely very good shot selection, like we were talking about earlier. Some very good ball movement. And even though Ryan is kind of maybe intentionally drawing some fouls a little bit, Conwell Egan's definitely playing very good under the pressure.
And Shane, for people that are casual fans of basketball, how hard is it to make that defensive switch in the middle of a game?
You mean for Ryan, right? Yeah, I mean for Ryan, I would say definitely playing press is harder than playing just regular zone or man defense. But I mean, in some dire situations when you're down by 10, definitely need to play that press, and it can be hard, but sometimes it can work out for you.
And another foul down the other end, so we see that even with this full press right now, they're having difficulties not fouling their opponent. This one driven back in, giving off to Irby. Irby giving off to Anton George. George to Martin. Martin fires one up. That's going to go over the basket. That one almost knocked out by Ryan. And a traveling violation here. It's Conwell Egan coming back down the other way. What is it about Conwell Egan right now that's forcing these mistakes from Ryan?
I really think it's these fans. These fans are getting every little thing these fans are getting up and excited about. They all put four fingers up when he got his fourth foul. They're just loud. Every single time they miss a shot, they make fun of him. It's just a crazy crowd. Show them.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Patrick. The crowd's chirps are definitely getting to Ryan. Like you said, when he got his fourth foul, they're just putting up fours, and I think that's getting to them.
Yeah, definitely the crowd, but I would also say Conwell Egan's elite defense. Just not really fouling much on defense, getting really good steals, and making Ryan either push it out of bounds or travel, double dribble. So definitely Conwell Egan's really good defense.
Yeah, I think Conwell Egan's defense right now is spectacular, and the crowd is definitely a factor. Even with us sitting so close to each other up here and being able to hear each other inside our own headsets, we're having a little difficulty hearing because of how loud it is. 3:46 to go, 47-39. This one fired in by Ryan. Ryan holding. They coming around now the other way with it. They're rushing towards the net. They one-hand this one up on the rebound. Got her there by George. That one didn't go. George has this one stripped away by him. They got to play decent defense now. This one fired over. George tries to do a block and another little embellishment there by Ryan. This time Gallagher that went down. Here's a shot that will find its way in. So, Jude, at least some more angle up top here. It looks like Ryan's embellishing these fouls a little bit. You're a lot closer. Would you agree, or is our angle a little off?
I'm gonna have to agree. I feel like every time Ryan even goes up for a shot, they always just act like they're getting hit as hard as they are. I mean, we're not hitting them at all. We're just jumping straight up, and they're acting like we jumped right at them, shoulder into chest. They're a very dramatic team, and we're not fouling them at all.
And a lot of teams will play this dramatic game because they're going to try to get that team to the foul limit so they get more free throws here. There's a shot by Johnson that's not going to find its way in. It's into the hands of the men in black. They're moving up with it now. And that one almost stripped away and blocked. And then the rebound was blocked again. And they're going to say 2 shots. What kind of foul was that, guys?
It wasn't a foul. I'm just saying. I can't even believe this. I just can't believe this. The first block was all ball. Second block, it was all ball again. I'm not seeing no fouls.
Oh yeah, similar to Shane, I just didn't see him hit anything.
I think this is a bunch of baloney. This Ryan offense is just flop, 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 flop. I think they really need to keep both feet on the ground because it's just a silly game what we're having here, and I don't like baloney.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. The Oscars just happened. I feel like Ryan should have won one at least. I mean, this acting is insane. They're going up for a shot. They just flop every single time. They're just like amazing actors. Jeez.
Egan able to get themselves out of danger there. This one giving off to Bob. Bob moving up. Bob fires one off and end one here. I definitely agree with you there, Shane, that Ryan should be on that Oscar winning list with the way they've been playing here tonight. Here's the M1 trying to put a 50 on the board here for Egan as Bob. There's the shot, and he does. So it's 50-42 with 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. Archbishop Ryan moving up with the ball now. They give it along the near side to Gallagher. Gallagher gives it off there to Hughes. Hughes gives it back off to Gallagher, and then that won't block this side. And then it's gathered there again. In control there with it is Johnson. Johnson fires it back out now to Gay. Gay takes a three. That's not going to go. And we have two players that go down in the middle of the court. I will say Johnson. And the team is now over the limit in foul, so we'll get a shot here. I'll be honest, I took my eye away from the back part of the play there for a minute as I was following the ball.
Again, call me biased, but he definitely got the shot off before, he kind of fell on him a little bit. So I don't really think that deserves to be called a foul. He already got the shot off. He just missed it, fair and square.
Second attempt there makes its way in. So it's 50-44. Javelez in and Tyler Johnson's out. $50-45. So a 5-point game here. Velez back in. Gives it off there to Irby. Irby. You see a jump ball here at possession. It's going to go to Ryan.
This full court press is definitely starting to work a lot. Conwell needs to find some kind of way to kind of just get rid of this full court press and try and stop crumbling under that pressure.
50-47. Velez fires this one long into Bob, or Martin rather. Martin holding. Gives it back down low to Irby. Irby looking, fires it back there to Martin now. Martin into the corner there to Moore. Moore pushes up towards the net, spins out of danger, and he is fouled along the way. It'll be 2 shots here at least for Conwell Egan. These are important throws here for the Eagles. First attempt there by Moore, not going to make it. There's a second attempt that finds its way in, so it's 51-47. And with that timeout, we'll take a timeout here on your Eagle Eye Network. .207, 51-47 here. Ryan moving up with the ball and another stoppage of play and another foul.
Number 1, Matt Johnson at the line, shooting 2. Substitute kicker Eagles 13, Antoine George. Replacing number 5, Matthew Thomas early. Matt Johnson at the line, shooting another.
All right, 51-49, so down to 2. Egan need to get some more points on the board here. It's Martin moving up with it now. Martin gives it off to Jared Velez. Velez is going to calm things down a little bit. He moves to his right and dishes the ball to his left there to Bob. Bob holding, gives it back off to Velez with 1:48 to go. Velez moving, gives it off to Bob. Bob holding, back to Velez it goes. Velez moves up towards the net. He's trying to get into the paint, tried to fire this one back, but that was tipped along. And then a foul here. And that one on Velez as he slipped on his way down and took down Gay with him. All right, guys, if you're Conwell Egan right now, the game's not over. But what's the biggest lesson you could take away from the games thus far?
To not give up, because this game's been very offensive heavy. It's just score after score after score. They can't give up their momentum because then it would result in a bad result. So Egan has to keep and not give up, and has to keep and try to get this lead bigger than 2 points again.
Yeah, they just gotta keep the momentum up. That's why we're winning right now. I mean, if we keep it up, we will definitely win this game.
Yeah, we had a 10-point lead in the first half, but Conwell Egan just kind of falling under the pressure, especially under the full court press defense. So I would definitely say just keep your momentum. Conwell Egan needs to find a way to not crumble under good defense.
There you go. Don't give up. Play great defense, 53-49, and get through. Even better defense right now, which Conwell Egan is attempting to do. This one fired across there. This one ball on the near side. Here's a 3 attempt. It's not going to make its way in. And now it's going off there to Antoine George. George bring up over the far side. Down to the final minute in this third quarter. This one given off to Miles Moore. Moore in the danger. He goes down, the ball rolling around. And we still have not a whistle yet, as they're eventually going to get one a little late. And they're going to say that this is going to go against Conwell Egan. So it'll be against Tyler Johnson there. And this team right now for the Eagles needs to start playing this game without fouls.
Coach Tate is so mad right now, kind of showing how you need to take control of those simple mistakes, just losing the ball on a really good pass. I mean, if I was Coach Tate, I'd be really mad too. You can't really mess up in situations like this, especially on small little mistakes.
53-51, so back to a 2-point game here. Johnson with it. Johnson rolls it down low, and it said it was kicked. Here, and it'll be Conwell Egan with possession now. .42 seconds to go here in this third quarter. So giving down to Miles Moore. Moore gives it right back to Johnson. Johnson one-hands this one along and then fouled. There was Johnson. It was Gallagher that committed the foul. And both teams over the limit with fouls here in this quarter. So it'll be another 2 attempts here down on the far end.
I feel like the full court press for Ryan is just not really a good idea anymore. I mean, they already have 5 fouls in this period. So now whenever they foul, they're just going to start shooting free throws, 2 free throws actually. So, I mean, if they want to, prevent Conwell Egan keeping that lead that they've had all game, I mean, I feel like you just got to not foul. Don't play full court press defense because, I mean, it could work, but at the same time, it could definitely go very wrong, especially when you have 5 fouls. And Conwell Egan's just going to be shooting free throws the whole game.
54-51, moving up with the ball there now is Ryan. Ryan looking to get it down low, but it's interrupted there momentarily by Bob. This one fired up. It's not going to make it. The rebound's going to go out, and they're going to say out here on Conwell Egan. And Ryan looking for a foul attempt or for a call here. They're not going to get it. referee kind of, telling them to move back towards the bench now. So fired in. A defense that is unable to control theirs. This one's now a 1-point game. So giving off there to Antoine George. George gives it off there to Miles Moore. 15 seconds to go. 54-53. This one fired up one-handed long, and there's a basket for Moore, and a 3-point lead again for the Eagles. Moving up with it there now is Ryan. Ryan dancing and rushing towards the net. That will find its way in and will end the quarter here, 56-54. We'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network, and we come back. We'll have your final quarter to play. All right, we are back here. Final quarter, a 1-point game right now. Guys, besides the Eagles down here on our court, who is your favorite Philadelphia Eagles player as we get ready for this Super Bowl?
My favorite player has to be Saquon Barkley. He is just an amazing player, and he's the reason why we're in the Super Bowl this year.
So yeah, I said Cooper DeJean earlier on the intermissions for JV, but my second favorite player, I'm definitely gonna say Saquon Barkley, just like Colin said. I mean, he's kind of just like the savior of Philadelphia. He's just so good at what he does.
I'm gonna have to say Jalen Carter, as I'm wearing him on my back right now. He's just a great defensive player, and hopefully he catches one of those spikes. How about you, Doc?
Foul there. We'll see it end one, so it's a chance to tie this game up for Archbishop Ryan. You're trying to set me up for failure over here, aren't you, Patrick?
Of course I am.
Miles Moore with control of the ball. Now he dishes that one off there to Antoine George. George moving up to the far way. Gives it off there now to Braden Martin, who takes a shot, and he's going to be fouled along the way with 7:19 to go. So as many of my students know, I'm not a huge football fan, so I can't say that I necessarily have a favorite player. So thanks for that, Patrick, as you threw me right into that one. Is Braden Martin going to get a shot attempt here?
I mean, realistically, if you're from Philly, how do you not like the Philadelphia Eagles? See, I'm not even from Philly, and I absolutely love the Eagles. They determine my mood every week. I just really don't get how you're from Kensington and you don't love the Eagles.
Oh, man.
That's a really good chart, Patrick.
Archbishop Ryan in control now, 16:57. As there comes a three that finds its way in. So it is going to be a 1-point differential again. Miles Moore has a little trouble controlling that. Gives it off down to Johnson. Johnson moving up the far side. Johnson holding weight and gives it back to Moore. Moore moving up with the ball. Dishing this one down low to Martin. And Martin fouled on the way in. And we'll get another attempt here. So it's not that I hate the Eagles. I'm just not a football fan. I much rather play football than watch it on TV. I'm not, going out of my way every Sunday to put the game on television. Baseball, hockey, entirely different story. But football itself, it's not happening.
I mean, this might come off as a little bit rude, but how do you just watch baseball and have fun? I mean, I feel like it's just so boring. I love baseball. I love the Phillies. I used to play it when I was like 3, but it's whatever. I just don't watch it. How can you watch that? It's so boring.
I mean, me personally, I think that baseball is the best sport to watch. I feel like it's the funnest sport to watch. I love going out to Phillies games. It's just a fun sport, especially when they hit the home runs. And also, Bryson Stott's fun to watch.
So
All right, moving back up. Moving back up with we'll get back to this in a minute. We got a close game going on right now. Eagles gain control. Miles Moore moving up with the ball. He ducks it in. 63-59. And the crowd back into this one, and Eagles have the momentum behind them again. Trying to spin out of danger there is Ryan. A one-hand one. Albert finds its way in. 63-61. And they're going to take a timeout. Here's where you can kind of throw that sports talk back in there. 2-point lead, right? Okay. On the Eagles doing an outstanding job right now getting that momentum behind them.
Yeah, Patrick, I just don't understand how you take baseball over basketball or football, especially basketball. I mean, basketball is such a fun sport to watch, especially because it's just such a fast-paced game. You always have action going on. While baseball, like what? What is entertaining?
I mean, baseball is just fun, cause the home runs just get you exhilarated. And personally, I think basketball is a little. Well, I love high school basketball. It's way funner than NBA basketball. I feel like NBA is a little repetitive, as it's just 100 points every game, and they just shoot and shoot and shoot. I feel like baseball has a lot more variation in it.
And Doc, back to you. How can you watch hockey? Hockey's the most boring sport to watch.
Boring sport to watch.
It's only fun if they get in fights.
You're always going to get into a fight. There's always going to be hard checking. There's going to be a lot going out there on the court. They take it some fighting out of hockey, but it's still, a competitive game with a lot of action going on there.
Completely combating Colin's thing. Hockey is an amazing sport to watch. I love hockey so much. It's honestly go Flyers.
All right, so here's what we'll do. We'll save the sports debate later for a podcast. All right, where we'll all sit down. We'll debate for a half hour. And right now, we're going to get back to the game. It's a 2-point lead right now for the Eagles at 6-13. They fired us all the way in there to Braden Martin. Martin moving up with the ball. He one-hands it up, and he's going to be fouled along the way with 6:10 to go. All right, Jude, we know that you're getting ready to leave us shortly here. We thank you for all of your hard work with us this season. What would you like to say as you get ready to sign off for the final time?
Well, I would like to thank you, Mr. Connor. This has been a really great experience. I would like to thank all my friends that are doing it with me. Some include Logan, Colin, Shane, and Patrick. And I just want to say, go Eagles. We're going to win the Super Bowl this year. The Chiefs stink, and they get carried by the refs.
Thanks, Jude. 65-61. We'll see you hopefully maybe Wednesday if we get a nice snowstorm on Tuesday. Another nice day off for us. As this was dropped back out here for Archbishop Ryan. 5:52 to go. Ryan fires a lob, but that one's blocked. The rebound gathered. They fall down to the court again. They lay there until they finally make the basket. And then this one tipped out here by Ryan as it's another 2-point game. Johnson gives us off to George. George trying to move up. George fires us all along now to Johnson. Johnson looking, waiting, fakes it, then eventually gives it over there to Martin. Martin to Moore. Moore rushing in now. Moore in the key, gets it off to Antoine George. George taking a three. It rolls around. The rebound doesn't make its way in. And that allows Archbishop Ryan to come back out now with a 5:20 to go in a 2-point game. Moving up with it there. And we need a big block here from the Eagles to get this crowd into it and get them back into a momentum killer for Archbishop Ryan. Ryan gaining control. They're holding, they're waiting. Coming along with it is Russell. Russell drops this one down low. We're at a tie basketball game again, 65-60. It's Brandon Martin moving up with the ball. Brand new basketball game now. Martin dropping it down low to Bob. Bob one hands right along, and the Eagles regain the lead here at 67-65. 4:45 to go now. Moving up with it over there on the far way. This one brought back out into the center court. It's held, it's waiting, giving direction there, and then eventually sent over near side just in front of the Ryan bench. It is Hughes with control. Hughes drops it back off there to Stone. Stone gives it off to Gay. This one dropped back down to Hughes. Hughes fires one out. We got another tie game here and a timeout called. And with that timeout, let's take a timeout on your Eagle Eye Network. Eagles fire this one into Moore. Moore looking, waiting, holding, trying to move up. He looks like he's tripped along the way, and we get a traveling violation call. So drop down low, and Ryan will regain the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Moore with control. He gives it off there now to Antoine George. George gives some direction. 69-67. Eagles find themselves trailing for the first time since the first quarter here. 4 minutes to go here in his final quarter of play. Antoine George moving up. He dances, fires this one up. No foul and a missed basket there. 3:50 to go. Guys, what does your message need to be down there to get your team back into it?
Wake up and make your shots. It's a high press by Ryan. Egan needs to start moving the ball faster and scoring their shots.
We need pressure. If we put pressure, they won't be able to score.
Lock in. Don't give up. Don't give up on your teammates. Don't give up on yourself. Just make your shots. Tough basket by Brandon Martin. God, he's so tough. But, kind of just be confident in yourself as well.
Brand new basketball game again with 3:10. Confidence, pressure, making your shots. A lot going on down there. 3 different pieces of advice for a team that is looking to beat Ryan here tonight. Conwell Egan allowing Ryan to move the ball. They rush it towards the net, and they're fouled there.
Like I was just saying, you can't give up on yourself. I mean, yes, these refs do kind of look like they were hired by the Chiefs, but it doesn't really matter. Just don't give up on yourself. Even though some controversial calls here. Sorry, Jude, just get out, please. But, just don't give up on yourself. That's pretty much my lesson. Even if there's some controversial calls, even if you're getting frustrated, even if there's some chirpers in the crowd too, just don't give up on yourself. Be confident. Stay confident.
71-69. 2:44 to go. This one is going to be a nail biter. It's going to come down to the final seconds. Moving the ball there now is Conwell Egan. It's just a bomb moving up with it. He fires his basket up, and we're tied up again.
He went to OTE trials for a reason. OTE Bob is an amazing player.
Good shirt, Pat.
2:14 to go here. 71-71. Probably one of the most exciting games we have seen here at home. Is Johnson with it. Johnson giving direction now. He fires this one ahead. This one dropped down low. Trying to get into the paint area there is Ryan. They had the ball stripped away from them. It's down and the timeout called. All right, guys, what do you think the turning point was in this game to get us back here at a brand new basketball game at 71 even?
I mean, I think it's just all of OTE Bob's amazing plays. He's just an amazing player. I think he's had at least 15 points tonight. He's always there. He's blocking. He's scoring. He's just doing what he needs to do.
I honestly think it was the fouls on us from Ryan. If we didn't get those fouls, we would be winning right now.
I'm gonna say definitely Antoine George, the senior. His last game definitely very emotional. He's definitely keeping us in this game. That's just amazing offense, amazing shooting. When he drives, you kind of just know he's going in or he's gonna draw a good foul and make 2 of those points.
All right, and let's say that they created this brand new spring 3-on-3 basketball for high school. Who are your 3 players that you're picking on your team right now?
I would go Antoine George, Justin Bob, and myself, as I think I'm a very good playmaker. I was actually prospected to go overseas, but I tore my left hamstring and I couldn't play anymore. But if I was still my prime, I think I'd be a very good player.
You make this sound like you're 50 years old and you're up here broadcasting in the booth. 73-71. Colin, did you have a 3 that you want to go with?
Oh yeah, Antoine George, Justin Bob, and Nelson Seda. No comment.
All right, Irby holding the ball now. He's moving up with it. He drops it off there to Justin Bob. Bob moving ahead, trying to tie this game out. There's a fired into the corner. Justin Bob moving up with it, or Brandon Martin rather. Here's a shot from Justin Bob. Rebound is gathered by Antoine George, who's fouled along the way with 1:13 to go.
Doc, while he shoots these, can I tell you my 3?
Good. You tell us your 3 while he shoots this.
All right, so for my center, I definitely got Justin Bob. I mean, he's 6'9", he's 6'9" actually. So yeah, no, wait, is he 6'7" or 6'9"? I can't tell. I think he's 6'7". Anyways,
6'7".
He's a 6'7" center. I mean, you just need him on that 3-on-3 team. And for my guard, I'm definitely gonna say Jared Velez. Actually, I mean, he's definitely a very small, shifty guard. Definitely need those on a 3-on-3 team. And then for my forward, I'm gonna go Brandon Martin. He's just an elite shooter. Very tall as well. He's a 6'3" forward. Definitely very good. That team would crush.
1 for 2, 73-72. I think Patrick's a little disappointed that you don't put him on your team.
Very disappointed. They used to call me Lola LeBron back in the training camp days.
Moving on with the ball, 110 now is Archbishop Ryan. They lead this game by 1. This one dropped back. Ryan waiting. Antoine George trying to put up some pressure. Down to the final minute here, 59 seconds. Moving over there. Almost intercepted there by Irby. Down to the final 52 seconds here. This one sent over to far away. Waiting. Moving along there now is Gay with the ball. Gay bringing it over to the near side there to Stone. Stone holding, 43 seconds to go. Miles Moore trying to race out. That one forced back out. And then it is moved back up again. 1-point game right now with 34 seconds to go. And a stoppage of play here.
We're so lucky we don't have 5 fouls, because if we did have 5 fouls, they'd be shooting free throws right here. That would definitely kind of solidify the game right there with only 33 seconds left.
33 seconds, a 1-point game, and we said that this one's going to come down to the wire. This will fire back in. Ryan in control now. 30 seconds to go. Moving up there with it. Foul again now. This one on Braden Martin.
I do believe that if we're both at 4 fouls, so when next foul, it's free throws, and we don't want to do that because that's just going to build the point. Hopefully Ryan fouls us and we get those 2 extra points.
So set back in. Just a bob on it with 26 seconds, and then a timeout called here by Ryan. And with that timeout, let's take a timeout here on your Eagle Eye Network. .2 seconds, a 1-point game. Egan led going into the second half by 10. They now trail by 1. The inbound here by Archbishop Ryan. They fire this one in, and then a quick foul. And a foul shot here. If you're Conwell Egan, you're trying to limit them to 1. This is really when you need the crowd to be loud. There they go. That one didn't make its way in. Here we go again. All right, they made 1. They limited them to 1. That's okay. Egan moving up with the ball. 21 seconds. How are they going to play this one? It's into the hands of Antoine George. George looking. He's waiting. 14 seconds to go. George moving up. He's rushing towards the net. And this was knocked out of his hands with 10 seconds to go. And they're going to say that it went out on the Eagles. Conwell Eagles going to try to foul them right away. And they do with 8.3 seconds to go. All right, you need a crowd again. You need to limit them to 1. Need to limit them to 1 here. All right, they get their 1. Need them to miss the second here.
Don't miss.
76-72, moving out there with the ball there now. That's what chopped over. There's a 3 attempt. That's not going to make its way in. The rebound left down in front. 1 point seconds to go. And Archbishop Ryan wins. It's a final score of 76-72. All right, guys, so a great game here. It did not end in Eagles' way right now, but that's okay. That's it for us. So, we leave now. It's the end of the season for us here on the Eagle Eye Network. What'd you guys like to say about, your experience thus far?
I mean, I loved every second of it. Very sad end. It's been a very sad end to this season. I really wish Egan won that one. I'm bringing tears to my eyes. I've had so much fun with you guys. It's been an amazing time.
All I gotta say is that Ryan, we're coming for you.
That's a good chirp, Colin. But yeah, I definitely had a very good time broadcasting. Definitely love broadcasting the games. Definitely very fun. Collingham's done amazing this season, but it's just heartbreaking to see losses like this, especially when you have hope. You have a 10-point lead, you think you're gonna win, and then stuff like that happens. Ryan, you played a good game. Just, watch out next year, though. Nelson State, Tristan Lasser is going to be on varsity. They're going to destroy you, but,
And when Patrick's uninjured.
Yeah, and when Patrick and Shane Morrow are uninjured, they're making that team easily. I mean, back in my basketball days, I was an NBA prospect, but, when my eyeball came out, I mean, it kind of just ended my career. But, definitely a very good season. Definitely very good time to broadcast. I would just like to thank everyone who's been watching. I would like to thank my dad and my grandma, who's, regular listeners to the YouTube. Yeah, so I would definitely just like to shout out all of our viewers, everyone who has made this come true.
All right, and we would love to thank out all of our viewers. We did a little stat analysis the other night, and we've had over 4,500 viewers since the start of when we've done this. And when this is calculated with that 4,500, it goes by IP address, and it doesn't duplicate the IP address. So those are single viewers from 3 months ago. I'd like to say thank you to you guys. This wouldn't be possible without the great crew that we have, the interest that you continue to show, and why we may lose Patrick and Colin full-time in the spring as they begin to go to lacrosse. Shane, I think we have you going in the spring, so that'll be good. But, they'll definitely be back in the winter. We never know. But it's been a lot of fun. We appreciate all of the effort that you guys have put into it. And, we're looking forward to a great spring season.
I mean, just be ready to announce a lot of goals in the lacrosse season for Patrick Haney.
Well, we'll see. We're definitely going to share some on-air time come the spring. Well, that's it. 77-75 is our final score. And signing off for the final time this season, I'm Dan Connor, Patrick Haney, Colin Haney, Shane Morrow, Carly Booker, Liv